Okay, let's go over our weekly market recap for May 13, 2024. Market headline number one is U.S. stocks continue to climb. The U.S. stock indexes rose for the third week in a row as we're winding down on the earnings season. The S&P was up almost 2%, the Nasdaq up 1%. Bonds were basically flat for the week, but gold was the big winner, up almost 3% after being the biggest loser over the last 2 weeks. Market headline number two is the U.S. consumer sentiment has fallen to its 6-month low after peaking out at almost 77.2 in April. It came down to 67.4 in May. Why? Because consumers are seeing and feeling inflation all over again as it's continuing to rise on an annualized basis up to now 3.5. This is not what the Fed wants to see. And we get two data points this week, the PPI and the CPI, which give us some more data on how inflation is going. Market headline number three is the overseas markets are starting to heat up. Chinese stocks has rallied over the last 6 months and now up over 12%. And the United Kingdom also has joined the party as it's now returning to growth after experiencing a very shallow recession in 2023. We also get Belgium, emerging markets, and Spain all doing better than the US market over here. Top three market movers for this week. On Tuesday, we get the producer price index, one of those inflation gauges, and it's estimated to come in at 0.2. However, if you look at this graph here, yes, it has stopped going down, but we've got to see if this thing is going to continue to rise, and the Fed is okay with it as long as it doesn't go up too much. The bigger number that is coming out would be this consumer price index, CPI, on Wednesday, and it's right now estimated at 0.3. And again, this graph goes out a little bit farther, but you can see over the past 6-7 months, the trend has stopped going down and it's going back up. Two numbers that are going to be closely watched this week. The third market mover for this week is housing starts and building permits. So we get to see how the housing market's doing and how inflation and interest rates are affecting those. All right, here's a listing of the corporate earnings for this week. On Tuesday, we get Alibaba, Home Depot, and Sony. Wednesday, we get Cisco. And on Thursday, we get Walmart, Applied Materials, Baidu, JD.com, and John Deere for earnings. All right, let's take a look at the equity short-term chart. This is the S&P 500. And like I said in the past, we've got to get back above 5,200 on the S&P 500 or get an all-time high. Well, that mark, we finally hit it. Now it's kind of in a muted green. I'm not just completely going in and buying all the equities I possibly can because we got to get through this week. So I'm nibbling. I'm looking at selective equities, some overseas, but I'd like to see this go ahead and get us to all-time highs before I get really fully excited about this market again. Again, I don't have to be a hero. The market's already up 10% this year, and we're only in month 5. That's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Our next update is Monday, May 20th. As always, continue to subscribe, like, and follow, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week trading.